In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a rear strut on your Toyota Camry. Let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, remove the 5 lug nuts. Remove the wheel. We're going to remove the seat cushion. There's 2 tabs that are holding this on. Using a flat blade screwdriver, we're going to get under the seat. You're going to feel a metal bracket down there. We're going to position our screwdriver right there and pop up. Pop the seat out. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. To remove the seat, hinge it up and back and then push out. And you're able to remove. The metal U-bracket will fit into the white trim piece, and that's how the seat will lock in the front. Using a 12mm socket, we'll remove the 4 bolts holding the seat back. Remove the seat belts out of their holders. Do it on the other side as well. Remove the headrest from the back of the seat. Pushing from the bottom of the seat, we're going to push straight up, and there's going to be a hook behind the seat right here. We're going to try and unhook this. You're going to push up real hard, and then you'll feel it pull forward just slightly. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. That's the one on this side. And now the last hook we'll go after is going to be located right about here in the back. Lifting up on both sides at the same time. We're going to unhook that middle clip. Real good. 1, 2, 3, up. You can either tilt the seat back forward and leave it out of the way, or remove it out of the car. Using a 12mm socket, remove the 3 strut nuts. So the strut doesn't fall out of the car when we take all of the bottom bolts off. I'm going to put 1 nut back on 1 stud, just a few threads. Using a 15mm wrench, we're going to hold the back of the sway bar link. Using a 15mm socket, we're going to remove the nut. Pull the sway bar link out of the strut. Using a 12mm socket, we're going to remove the bolt holding the brake line. Remove the brake line from the bracket. Using a 10mm socket, remove the bolt for the ABS sensor harness. Pull the ABS wire out of the bracket. Using a 19mm wrench, we're going to hold the head of the bolt while using a 19mm socket to remove the nut. Do the same thing on the bottom bolt. Remove the bolts. You can push them out, use a punch. I'm going to use a impact gun, and I'm just going to spin it. And as I spin it, I'm going to push on the other side with a wrench. Pull the knuckle forward, and out of the strut. Push up on the bottom of the strut and remove the one nut we put back. Drop the strut down, tilt it out, and remove it from the car. Remove the nuts off of the new strut. Install the strut. Line up the holes on the top and push up. Then we'll reach inside of the car and put a few of our nuts on a few threads to hold the strut. Once you have one on there, you can let go of the strut, continue installing the nuts. Push the knuckle into the strut. Line up the bottom hole first. Using a hammer and a punch, we're going to tap the bolt into place. To install the top bolt, line the bolt up, put one hand at the top of the rotor, and then give it a push. Using a pry bar, I went up on the back side of the knuckle, wrapped it around to the front, and pushed on about where the bolt's going to be going in. And that was able to bring the knuckle in far enough for me to install the top bolt. Finish tapping it into place. Install the nuts. Snug down the nuts. Do the same thing on the bottom. Torque the nuts to 133 foot-pounds. Be sure you're holding the head of the bolt while you're doing this. Do the same thing on the bottom. Install the bolt for the ABS wire harness. Install the brake hose into the bracket. Get the bolt started. Snug the bolts down. Install the sway bar link into the strut. Get the nut started. Hold the back of the stud while you snug down the nut. Torque the sway bar link nut to 30 foot-pounds. Torque the top strut nuts to 30 foot-pounds. We're going to install the seat back. The seat back has 3 hooks that are going to sit into the 3 spots. First one's right here on the passenger side. You're going to have one in the middle, And the last one's going to be on the other side. These spots correspond to hooks on the back of the seat. Right here, one in the middle, and then one on this outside. Grab the middle seat belt and pull it out. We're going to put this around the seat. The two seat belts on the side, pull them out and over. Make sure they're around the seat. Do the same thing on the other side. Get the seat lined up. Now we're going to lift up and drop our hooks in. Just like that. Now we'll go after the middle and the outside one. When your seat is properly installed, it'll be nice and tight, it won't wiggle, and there will be no gap in between this rear deck and the cushion. Get the bolt started on the bottom of the seat. Snug down the bolts. Torque the seat back bolts to 13 foot-pounds. Install the seat bottom into the vehicle. Grab your seat belts. Make sure the seatbelt buckles are sticking out of the seat cushion. We're going to tilt the seat up and push in. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now once the locks are matched up, go ahead and push down and snap them into place. Pull up on the seat, make sure it's secure. Install the seat belts into the seat back. Install the headrests. Get it started. Push the button on the side. That'll unlock it and you can push it down. Do the same thing on this one. Install the wheel. Get the lug nuts started. Snug them down. We'll torque the wheel on the ground. Torque the wheels in a star pattern to 76 foot-pounds. and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.